So before you actually start your foundation routine, I would suggest you have a really good skincare routine. I have updated my personal skincare routine. I will leave that right above my head right here, but having a good skincare routine before you actually apply makeup is a really good idea, because I feel like if you exfoliate well and your face is clean, your makeup will apply a lot better. So what I like to do first is start off with a hydrating primer, the Honey Do Me Up primer. This is amazing at just making your skin feel good, and it really hydrates my skin. Primer also gives me that tacky base to apply my foundation on top of. Usually what I like to do is double up on primers, especially if I'm gonna be out for a really long time and I want my makeup to last. I love using the Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser Primer. I love to use two primers, one for hydration purposes and another one for pore filling purposes. If you tend to have large pores, like when you apply your makeup you can actually see your pores a lot more, I would suggest getting this primer because it's really good and super affordable and it works. Primer lasts me a long time because I only need a pea-size amount, and I just apply it to the inner portions of my face where I tend to get oily and where my pores are kind of large. So you oily girls out there will definitely appreciate this step. So I love to set my face with powder before I apply my foundation. I know it sounds really crazy. A lot of people are doing it now, but it sounds really crazy to put powder on before liquid, but I promise you this works 10 times better than any mattifying primer that I've tried in the past. So since I don't really like this powder on top of my makeup, I use it underneath. I'm gonna use the NYX HD Studio Photogenic concealer. So I just zoomed you guys in so you can really see my skin and how I apply this concealer. I feel like when I get closer to my face you can see a lot more in detail like what I'm doing. See how I have like a little blemish or a little dark spot right here? I just take the applicator and kind of put it right on top of the blemish. I actually burned myself with my hot comb right here, so I'm just going to put a little concealer over that. So I have an acne scar right here. I'm just going to cover that up. So I love doing this step because my foundation doesn't have to work as hard. So I'm just going to wait about 5 minutes for my concealer to dry so that it doesn't move around when I apply my foundation, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now for foundation today. I've been loving cushion foundations and I've been in love with the Maybelline Dream Cushion Foundation. This is like a on-the-go friendly foundation. The only bone I have to pick with Maybelline is that they definitely need more shades, because my shade is the deepest shade that they have, and this foundation is so good that I feel like everybody should be able to enjoy it, you know what I mean? I'm going to use the e.l.f. powder brush to apply my foundation today, and then I just go in and apply it to my face. Look at how well that matches my skin. Look at that. It just applies so nicely and it looks just like skin. That's why I really wanted you guys to be closer for this tutorial. My skin is a little bit more yellow than this foundation. I like to apply my foundation first and then go in with my brows because I don't like working around my brows. A lot of people do their brows first, but I just hate doing that, and then I have to go back in and touch up my brows again. So I'm just going to use the magic of editing. That easy. So for concealer under the eyes, I'm going to be using the NYX HD Studio Photogenic concealers. I'm going to use the colors Nutmeg and Tan. So all I do is just take the applicator and just apply the color Nutmeg on first. So since I already put on eyeshadow, I just want to make sure that the concealer conceals any mess ups or any mistakes that I made on my eyeshadow, so I just really line it up over there. Cupid's bow, a little on my chin, and I feel like applying some to my forehead today, so I'm gonna do that. So then I go in with the color Tan. It's a little bit lighter of a shade. Apply that right on top. I don't apply as much of this because it is a lighter shade. So then I take a damp beauty blender and then I just go in and blend it out. Just tapping the concealer in lightly without pressing too hard underneath the eye. Feels so funny doing that. So personally, when it comes to drugstore translucent powders, I just don't like them. You can find really affordable ones on Amazon. I will link them down below, the ones that I really like. I feel like investing in a good translucent powder is definitely worth the money because A, they last a long time, and B, it can really make or break your makeup. So I love using the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. I just dip my damp beauty blender into the powder. I just get a little bit of it. I just really press it in. Looking up and pressing it in. And I just put it in every area that I highlighted. So every area that we put concealer, I use the powder. So personally, I don't really like baking anymore. I kind of just sweep the powder away as soon as I get my next product up, which is this one. So I'm going to use the NYX No Filter Finishing Powder. You guys know I love my MAC MSF. This is a drugstore version of that. This powder is just really good at not giving you flashback because this brightening powder is really, really bright. I like to use a powder on top of the powder and it just kind of gives you a really photoshopped, nice, even looking under eye area. So I like using that. And I'm just kind of applying the powder to my brush and then sweeping away that brightening powder. See how that brightening powder just brightens up my face? So if you've been wanting to get the MSF by MAC and it's just a little too pricey for you, I would definitely get the NYX one. It's really good. So now I'm going to go in and contour. I'm going to use the L'Oreal Infallible Long Wear Shaping Stick. This is in the color Espresso. And what I like to do is just apply it right underneath my cheekbones right here. And you do not need a lot of this product at all. And then I just take my beauty blender . And I like to use the kind of, I don't know, this side of the beauty blender to kind of blend out that contour. And I just kind of bring the rest of the product up into my forehead, but I don't like my forehead to look too dark. And I also like to really warm up my face and make it look all sun-kissed and stuff. So I'm going to use the CoverGirl Queen Collection Bronzer in the color Ebony. And I just use that same Real Techniques brush. And I just apply it on top of that contour that we just put down to set it and also to add more color to my face. The contour kind of gives me that depth, but it's a little too cool for my liking, so I definitely like to go in and warm up my face. And I take a little bit and just kind of lightly contour my nose. So now I'm going to go back into that translucent powder and kind of clean up underneath my contour area because I'm just not good at applying it perfectly. I just take my foundation brush and just sweep that powder away almost immediately because that was a brightening powder and you don't want it to look super crazy. You just want to really clean it up. So now we're going to go in and highlight. I've been using this Profusion Blush and Glow 2 palette. This has really, really beautiful highlighters in it and I really like it. And I like to apply some right below my brow bone as well. I just put some on my nose too. I am going to use the NYX Dewy Finishing Setting Spray. This spray just really helps the foundation to kind of form to my skin and it helps the powder not to look as powdery and your foundation tends to look more like skin. So this is the final makeup look, guys. It's around almost like 3 p.m. So I plan on wearing this makeup all day, so I might as well show you guys how my makeup lasts throughout the day, and I will check back in with you guys later on to show you guys my face and see how it's held up throughout the day. Hey guys, I'm back. It's 10:02 and I did a lot today. I had to run around and get outfits at the mall. I went to the grocery store, but I was kind of sweating because I was in a rush to kind of get everything done. Right now my makeup looks a little bit dewy, like a slight bit of dew, but overall my face still looks good. Like I could wear this for 10 more hours and be perfectly fine. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Do not forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, we would love to have you, and I want to see you in the next video. So turn your notifications on, because yeah.